Hey everybody, Joe from Gray Bench Electronics here. I have a neat piece of DIY history for you. So in the Klon diode video, I went over a bunch of the history of the Klon, and I briefly mentioned Keith Vonderhol's BYOC Build Your Own Clone kit of the Klon, which he called the Silver Pony. So that is one of these kits I have here. This is one of the original kits from 2014 sometime. The kits started coming out in the summer of 2014, like July, August, somewhere in there. And this is one of the original runs of that kit, I believe. This popped up on Reverb and I knew I just had to have it. It's just a cool piece of like nerdy DIY history. So brief recap, the Klon was being traced in 2007 by freestompboxes.org, Solsonic. The original schematic for that came out in 2008, and then the revised and finalized schematic that we all use is, or was released in 2009. The kit here, the Build Your Own Clone, was 5 years later in summer of 2014, and this was actually based off of a different Klon trace. Like I said, Keith Vonderhol owns and operates Build Your Own Clone, BYOC. He had his own Klon that he degooped and traced out. That was S2207, the original Solsonic schematic from Freestomp Boxes. That was S698. This one is based on S2207. It was alleged that Keith had found a handful of errors when referencing back to that S698 schematic for his pedal here. The most notorious, I guess you could say, was the resistor swap R21 and R23 around the treble control, which allegedly made the treble control more like the original. We now believe that the S698 was actually the more correct schematic because it's been confirmed against KTRs, and that S2207 was actually a one-off or something weird, or maybe Bill had just accidentally swapped the resistors. Not exactly sure what happened, but this kit is based off S2207, which has that resistor swap. And also, still important today for DIY Klon making, Keith and the Silver Pony was the beginning of using the Russian D90 diodes for Klons. You can't, I was looking and trying to see if you could see them, but in this kit should be a pair of those D90 diodes, which is, as far as I know, Keith is the pioneer in using those diodes and recommending them with this kit. As far as I know, I believe these were sold both as kits and as completed pedals. You know, Keith or his employees, whatever, built them and sold them as completes. And then I think the whole project was canned in 2015, allegedly after a conversation Keith had with Bill Finnegan, and Bill Finnegan presumably expressed his disdain for people selling and building clones of his pedal. So the Silver Pony was short-lived, and it's just nice to see how the original kit, you would have received it at the time. I'm undecided on whether I'm going to crack this open. I really like just having this neat piece of, you know, super niche and nerdy DIY history, but I don't know, maybe some of you out there could convince me otherwise. We should roll the clock back and fire up the soldering iron and put this thing together. So we'll see what happens. Just a short video today, and we'll be back with more teardowns and interesting stuff coming in weeks to come. So if you enjoyed the video, I appreciate you hitting the like button and subscribing, and thank you for watching.